friends, welcome back to Making It Simple. We're going to wrap up our study today on purpose. We've been looking at this passage from Matthew when Jesus just clearly said, "You are the light of the world." One of the things is, as we look at that and understand the clarity and the simplicity of that, it really struck me as I prepared this lesson and, thought about it as we were putting it together and whatever. There are so many today that do not let their light shine. I don't say that out of condemnation. I don't say that out of judgment or finger pointing or any of the other silly stuff that people do, but rather out of observation and fact. Many people do not let their light shine because of fear. What will someone say? What will someone do? Well, let me ask you this question. What creates fear the quickest? Being in the dark. Not knowing what's around you. Not being able to see what may or may not be causing this fear, this scaredness, this peril, whatever. When Jesus gives this beautiful word, you are the light of the world. We hear clarity in that. We hear assurance in that. And he's saying here, you are. That's something you can embrace. That's something you can hold on to. One of the things that truly perturbs me in the ministry realm, I guess if we want to call it that, is those that are highly revered, big names, again, TV, books, whatever. Oftentimes they don't teach this. They try to either prove how smart they are, or they try to cause someone to think how dumb they are because they don't understand anything. But friends, it's simple. It's really, really not difficult. We can go down all the roads of argument over who's right and who's wrong and who's figured it out better. But at the end of the day, if we just simply study the words of Christ, who by his own word says, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So he is the literal expression of the heart of God. What we don't find, as portrayed through the human ability, is the desire to argue. Jesus said what he said, and that was it. He didn't get into debates. He didn't get into arguments. He just stated fact. There was a reason for that. The reason is, if you trust me, you'll believe this. In fact, he would say, if you love me, you will obey what I've asked you to do. Well, what did he ask us to do? Love God, love one another. He didn't say fight with each other. He didn't say create 44,000 denominations so you can fight amongst each other. He didn't say try to get in these debates about who's right. He didn't say whose building is bigger or whose worship team is better. No, he said love God, love one another. Because in the concept of that and understanding that, we begin to understand what he's saying here. You are the light of the world. In other words, that's something someone else should be able to see. Because if I am the reflection of my love for God, somebody else is going to be able to see that. If what I do and how I treat each other shows where my heart belongs, that is visible. That is light into this darkness that surrounds us. The intent of our purpose is to show others you don't have to stay where you are. This is not a religious argument. It is not a denominational argument. It is not about any of that stuff, because that only divides. It does not bring us closer to Christ. But here what he's saying is you have the ability to do that. And I'm showing you how. as he's ending up this conversation, he's saying, let your light shine before others so that it brings glory to your Father in heaven. There's another one of those pause moments. Wait a minute, Pastor. So you mean that not only what I do and how I do it matters, but what I do can please God? Absolutely. Absolutely. Think of it. Understanding the parenting side of this, friends. There is no prouder moment in our lives and in our than as a mom or a dad when we look at our children and see them being something. And then we're not even talking about, the president or an astronaut. No, just when my girls, from the time that they were little, all of them, all three of them, every little thing, didn't matter if it was drawing me a squiggly on a paper or whether it was bringing home their first test that they did really good on at school or showing me, it didn't matter. It was like, wow, how cool is that? As they get older and they accomplish more. I mean, again, from my oldest bringing me my first grandchild to my youngest showing me their dreams and aspirations of being probably going to be some of the most incredible artists that there ever was. Those are moments that we feel proud. Can we please the Father? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it is not about how many Bible verses we can remember or how many times we've been to church or how many times we stubbed our toe and we held it in. No. It's by letting our light shine before others because He gave us that light. He wants us to use it. And He says, you are the light of the world. Jesus gives our life meaning. We hinder that in this world because we've coupled the understanding and the beauty of knowing Jesus with awful things that are divisive. He was not. He was not. We are created with a purpose, friends. We are the light of the world. We are His reflection. But what we have to ask is, do we let that shine? Is that what other people see? Because the life we live before others, it has impact. It draws or it sends away. So as we wrap this thing up, I want to challenge you with this. Stop looking for your purpose. Stop. Because you've already been told what it is. God bless you, friends. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you for joining me for Purpose right here at Making It Simple. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow as we start something brand new right here at Making It Simple. God bless you. Have a great day.